now. See Rafaela Ramirez, 18-4-2 from San Diego, California, coming out with his entourage here, decked in money team gear. Being close to the Floyd Mayweather camp is Rafael Ramirez. Though hasn't had a fight since 2014. His first fight in a 3-year layoff.
And before that 2014 bout, I believe there was another layoff. So, but Rafael Ramirez, lengthy pro, great defense. I think he's got the right opponent in front of him tonight. He's going to go forward on Rafael, and Rafael's job today, make him miss.
Damas y caballeros, este combate está pactado a 6 rounds en la división de peso super welter. Let's get ready for 6 rounds of boxing in the super welterweight division. Being brought to you by Boristeca Boxing Promotions in association with BIB, the best in boxing. Introducing the fighter standing in the blue corner, wearing black and silver. He's official weight 154 pounds. Presentando ustedes en la esquina azul, vistiendo pantaloncillo negro con plata, con un peso de 154 libras. Representing Tijuana, Baja California, Manuel Garcia. And his opponent across the ring, standing in the red corner, wearing white trunks with gold trim. His official weight 154 pounds. Y su rival en la esquina roja, vistiendo pantaloncillo blanco con oro, con un peso idéntico de 154 libras. Hailing out of San Diego, California, USA, representing the Money Team San Diego, Rafael Ramirez. Con las instrucciones finales, Jesús Soto.
Señores, ya saben la regla de la pelea, ¿ok? No golpes bajos, tengan cuidado con la cabeza, los golpes de la nuca son prohibidos. Espalda y conejo también, no quiero ninguno. Choquen guantes.
Here we go, 6 rounds in the super welterweight division. Rafael Ramirez in the white shorts with gold trim going up against Manuel Garcia of Tijuana, Baja California with a record of 5-13. The black shorts with white trim. Garcia, like we mentioned, coming off of close to a 3-year layoff. Last fight happening in 2014. Former sparring partner of Floyd Mayweather Jr. And actually made a note to let us know that he was signed by Floyd Mayweather 2 months ago. Displaying that Philly shell style is Ramirez. Though not everybody is Floyd Mayweather.
No, absolutely not, Marcos, but Ramirez definitely does his job, of defensive footwork, and in my opinion, maybe needs to put his shots together a little bit more. He's got the right opponent in today in Manuel Garcia to show his skills, what he's able to do. Manuel Garcia's got one way going forward, and Ramirez needs to capitalize, evade the shots, and counter back.
Ramirez does have a really solid jab. It's thrown out there a few times now, and it has landed. Doing a veteran moon right there.
He spun him around.
As Ramirez getting cornered a bit from Garcia, landing a series of hooks and a straight right there. His eyes wide open. Carlos, so far, what sticks out to you?
What sticks out right away is that Garcia has no respect for Rafaela Ramirez, and he's going to want to make him work. But Ralphie still has some footwork to keep himself alive, a good jab. But it looks like Garcia don't respect Ralphie, and he's going to push him. But Ralphie's jab can keep him alive, keep him at a distance, some footwork there. So he still has enough in the tank for, 6 rounds.
Now Garcia is bringing it.
Yeah.
At this point, having good waist movement. And he does make it past this first round, but Garcia also suffering from what a lot of my old coaches used to say, the ugly complex, where his face isn't going to get any more messed up than it already is. So he doesn't mind taking a punch in there because, it's not really going to do anything to him.
He's got nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose at all.
Nothing to lose. So tonight, Marcos, we got the movie quotes, and then we got comedian Marcos. Comedian Marcos. I like that one.
Yeah,
I think I like comedian Marcos more than movie
not
Marcos.
quitting my day job anytime soon, guys.
You're absolutely right, though, Marcos. Garcia, his only chance in this bout is to go forward, make it ugly. He needs to make Ramirez work in this bout.
Yeah, I think his chances, Archinka's chances down in the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th round, taking it to the end, and see if Ralphie's been out of the game for a while, and see if Ralphie can hold that pace.
Yeah, because ring rust may have an effect here in this fight. I mean, first round, Ramirez looking fresh, making a miss,
and flicking out that jab. Been Garcia's primary weapon so far. It is scoring for him. He is racking up points with that jab. As Garcia is just looking for that one shot, trying to time Ramirez as he had him against the ropes there. And man, you can tell Garcia's been through some wars there. Just look how flat his nose is.
You're saying he wasn't born like that, Marcos. All right, here we go.
Ramirez doing work with Garcia against the ropes. Referee separating them. Garcia pressuring. But Ramirez will jab, clinch, breaking the rhythm of Garcia.
And that's Garcia's only shot right there, is to throw those bombs, those overhand rights, swinging, thudding left hooks.
I like that. I feel he needs to do that. He needs to be able to cut the ring off and keep Ramirez against the ropes, because I think that's his best bet. Because Ramirez is going to box you. He's going to jab and move, jab and move, jab and move. That's what he does.
Yeah, like he told us earlier in the fighter meeting, who likes to get hit? So he's defensive. He uses his movement. The truth is, nobody likes to get hit. Even the boxers and fighters that say they do. It's definitely not what they want.
Ramirez landed a good uppercut there while he had Garcia up against the ropes. Now Garcia, though, smothering him. And Carlos, when they're this close and with Garcia smothering and clinching at times, what can he do that'll work in his favor in that position?
Well, I like the uppercuts on the inside. because you see Ralphie has a tendency to hold from the outside, but if he can tie himself elbows in and work the left uppercut, the right uppercut, and make it a physical fight, because we're barely in the second round. And remember, his ring rust can affect him in the later. All that holding, that grabbing, that pushing, that's taking some energy out of you.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right, Carlos. Anytime you're doing anything other than punching, like example like you just used, wrestling, it's going to wear you out a lot more or a lot quicker in this type of fight.
2 rounds in the book here in Tijuana, Mexico at the Salon Mezzanine. Rafael Ramirez in control of this fight, with his main weapon being his jab, able to score and move out of the way of the onrushes of Manuel Garcia. Garcia, I feel, needs to do something big in this round if he wants to stay in the fight, being 2 rounds down seemingly, we think, on the judges' scorecards.
Yeah, he's definitely down 2-0. But his only chance, like we mentioned earlier, is just to push forward, make it a grimy fight, and for Garcia to hope that Ramirez tires because of that ring rust and long layoff.
And here comes Garcia with some sense of urgency, though. As quickly as he tries to mount offense, Ramirez ties him up. And now he's getting warned for the tie-up by the referee as Garcia attempts to come forward. Shots to the body, 6 shots there. But Ramirez using his experience, throwing a jab and slipping out.
And there goes Ramirez just being crafty. No shot really landed from Garcia. Using his movement, using his footwork, using his jab. And once they get in close, he's pretty sneaky in there where he can roll with those shots.
Garcia plodding forward. Throws a punch to the body. Ramirez missing with that uppercut, gets pushed back to the corner once more though. He's the one landing the offense there. As the clinching of Garcia is starting to frustrate Ramirez a bit, looking at his face in there.
I think it's more or less the fact that he's just in his chest and not really letting him work the way he wants to. But Ramirez needs to use his footwork like he was in the earlier rounds and move to the side and move on the ropes and be able to counter. Don't sit there with Garcia. That's what he wants.
Garcia, though, is trying to make something of the fight as he continues to push forward. And Ramirez tags him with the jab. The moment he comes forward, tags him with something.
And I think Ramirez finally got his timing, finally got more comfortable in there. I was about to say he's holding less, but there he goes holding again.
Two-punch combination there.
And that's what he needs to do, is just go ahead and counter off Garcia's punches. He's sliding him already. Go ahead and counter back.
And once again, Garcia punches there with Ramirez on the back. Ramirez answering back, though. As we come to the end of the round, difficult round for both fighters. Seems that the constant clinching, the smothering is having an effect not only on Garcia, but also Ramirez.
You know, when Ramirez gets some space, he shoots the 1-2 and it's nice and clean, but if he can just spin him around, put himself back in the middle of the rings rather than sit on the ropes, you know, yeah, in that case, those inside punches, he's working good there. If he was to just sit back, see that 1-2? Now there he kind of smothers himself, but when he has some space, he can work very effective, and he can do that, put himself back in the middle of the ring where he's not on the ropes, letting Garcia push, hit, overhand right. You know, now it's going to count. These are the later rounds, and so I think Ralph has enough experience to pull out this fight.
Round number 4 of a scheduled 6-round fight in the super welterweight division. Rafael Ramirez using his jab, scoring points, but also not able to mount a significant amount of offense due to being smothered at times by Garcia as we're being showered by just the mountain of sweat here in the corner as Garcia putting in work to the body of Ramirez. Ramirez having to hold to stop the offensive onslaught that Garcia just put there. Ramirez trying to set the 1-2. He got it right there. But as soon as he lands something, Garcia smothering him, tying him up, attempting to not only get the rhythm of Ramirez off, but also score offense on the inside there as he threw a low blow there.
I think 2 straight shots went low for Garcia, but the ref didn't call it. And Ramirez didn't complain.
It's the 4th round. It looks like both of those guys are a little gassed a little bit, you know, but Ralphie just needs to keep on using the jab, shoot a right hand after it. He has to stop him because he's going to get inside, he's going to rough him up.
You know what, Carlos? I think that what he needs to do that's most important is to land a shot that makes Garcia respect Ramirez.
Well, Ramirez just landed a 1-2 there. As Garcia having his bull rushes nullified. He's smothering, but it's also causing him to not be able to land punches flush either.
But out of his Ramirez with 24 bouts, he only has 7 knockouts. So he's not a big puncher. I think some body shots there.
But Ramirez, they're landing 2 quality shots to the bodies just now. He follows it up with a 2-punch combination there. Garcia, though, continuing to plod forward as we come to the end of round number 4.
There's 2 more rounds in this fight, and Ramirez looks like he's gassing out. I don't want to say Garcia's more fresh, but Ramirez not looking good right now.
If we take a look at the replay here, we see both fighters exchanging combinations. Ramirez getting the better of it though, landing more. Garcia just plodding forward, but he's not throwing a jab, he's not throwing anything in front of him.
No, but on the start of that clip, there were 2 solid body shots that Garcia threw, and then he goes back to the Raging Bull Garcia, just forward and forward.
Carlos, that's exactly what I was thinking of. Jake LaMotta, just Raging Bull, just going forward. The same posture, the same, not giving a darn, just going forward, playing forward through Ramirez's punches.
We're going throwback boxing here at Boristeca Promotions.
Absolutely. To Ramirez's credit, every time he lets his hands go, he lands, and he lands flush. You know, it's just letting him go more often. See that little sneaky jab that he landed?
Well, that seemed to get Ramirez angry there. Those punches from Garcia to the body. Garcia now attempting to land punches there, but Ramirez being very slick, able to roll off a majority of what Garcia throws. And you took the words out of my mouth earlier, Chris. And to his credit, Rafael has a good jab. And when he does throw it, it lands. And he just landed a right hand there. Ramirez getting into a rhythm, showboating a little bit now. Lands another straight right hand, followed by 2 more punches. And a series of 3 hooks there. Now landing everything at will. Ramirez showboating the crowd here, sticking his tongue out. Seemingly in control of this fight at this point. Chris, you being a fighter that has had a long career, how tiring is it when it's constant, non-stop clinching in there in a fight?
Well, like I said earlier, if you're doing anything other than punching, in this instance wrestling, your muscles aren't used to that. You're going to get tired a lot faster than if you're just throwing your hands. So that's something that Ramirez needs to do right now. Just throw his hands. Do everything that he worked on in the gym. I guarantee you he wasn't working on this clinching. But Garcia's forcing the clinch. So it's kind of hard to tell right now at this point in the fight.
Is that a backhand there that Ramirez just trying to throw? Did you guys catch that?
I see that.
As Garcia has Ramirez back against the ropes, working to the body. Ramirez waiting for a counter punch. Lands that jab.
Garcia's loading up for the overhand right. Here he comes. Oh!
Yeah. And that's what he keeps doing. He keeps throwing it low, and a few seconds ago he threw it high. So that's his only chance that he has. He knows it, and he keeps throwing it.
So coming to the end, round number 5. Ramirez looks tired in his corner. He looks exhausted as he gives this look to his trainers there. Looking at the corner of Garcia, he looks fatigued as well, but he seems to be taking it a lot better than Ramirez. What would you like to see in this round, Carlos?
Well, I like Ralphie to go back to the jab. Back to the jab, catching little short uppercuts on the inside, but hard stuff. Because Garcia's going to come back with the overhand right. He's going to throw stuff wide, sit down, and have everything a little bit shorter, but off of a solid jab just to stop him in his tracks.
Similar advice that I'd be giving right now to my fighter, Ramirez. He needs to just dig in with those short shots every time Garcia digs in.
Right there.
Digs in with his head.
As we are now in the final round of this 6-round super welterweight fight. Let's see if Ramirez can close the show and mount offense that will stop Garcia, as both of them are wrestling in the corner right now. Ramirez continuing to showboat a little bit more in front of Garcia. As Garcia throws an overhand, partially blocked there, that hook. And Ramirez doing a great job of just being able to nullify a lot of these punches, either by smothering, holding, pushing, not allowing Garcia to get his shots in.
I really don't think any shot landed clean by Garcia. I think Ramirez is doing a good job defensively. All he needs to do is more offense. Look at that. That's beautiful. Making a guy miss, but you can't win a fight by not punching.
And there's the referee warning Ramirez once more that he cannot hit with the back of the fist. It is illegal to do that. As Garcia now pounding away to the body. Ramirez landing a counter hook and clinching right away. He'll land and he'll clinch.
A good jab, right uppercut. Jab, right uppercut as he walks in.
And Garcia just keeps coming forward. Garcia's in there like a debt collector, just coming in. He wants his money. You're not going to stop him. He wants his money.
And he keeps coming forward with that Jake LaMotta style. He just keeps coming forward.
But now he's coming in with his head straight forward. Just straight.
Good body work there. Hook by Garcia, lands flush. But right away, Ramirez
landed a good shot as well, but I think Garcia's was slightly more thudding than Ramirez right there in the corner.
Right.
Ramirez sticking and moving.
Nice.
Lands it straight. Ties him up.
And just a crafty veteran, Ramirez knows how to win the fight, knows what to do.
So now coming to the final 10 seconds of this round number 6. Ramirez gets tagged with a big overhand. Garcia working in the corner. And it's all over. Both fighters go the distance. Ramirez showing an excellent jab in there. Garcia showing a lot of heart.
They both did. Garcia with the fact that he was unable to land cleanly. Ramirez battling just conditioning right there more than anything. Every time he threw, he landed, made Garcia miss plenty. You know, it's just the long layoff.
So take a look now at the final 10 seconds of the fight. There's that big overhand that Garcia landed.
Probably the best punch of the fight.
He continues his barrage of the body. And Ramirez obliging as well. It's a good little flurry there. I think that was the most action we saw out of Ramirez in the whole fight.
Yeah, like I said, he just mainly battled the fact that his conditioning wasn't up to par with the fact that he did have a long layoff, more than 3 years. But came back strong, pretty much got this fight in the bag. You know, Garcia was the right opponent, you know, and we'll see where Ramirez takes his career to next. You know, if he decides to say, you know what, maybe this ain't for me anymore, or if he continues and looks for a big fight.
We hear Garcia acknowledging the crowd. He's getting applauses as both fighters embrace right there. Fans here at the Salon Mezzanine showing their support for the Mexican fighter. So go ahead and take it up to our ring announcer Pablo Flores to read the judge's decision.
Damas y caballeros, este combate se ha ido a la distancia de 6 rounds, por lo tanto tenemos la decisión de los jueces. After 6 rounds of boxing, we now go to the judges' scorecards. El juez, Judge Carlos de la Rocha, scores it 57-56, 57-56. Carlos Flores y Max Zúñiga coinciden tarjetas 58-55. Both judges have the same scores of 58-55. For your winner by the way of unanimous decision, su ganador por la vía de la decisión unánime, Rafael Ramirez.
Improving his professional record to 19-4-2, though getting some boos here from the crowd at the Salon Mezzanine. Many acknowledging the work rate that Manuel Garcia had in this fight. Ramirez has a contingent of fans here as well, showing and cheering for him, displaying and voicing out their support of the fighter from San Diego.